This week on the Road with Mickey, celebrating birthdays and special occasions at the Disney parks.
We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go. We're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
And he is Grogu. He says, "Hi, Aunt Brenda."
He's so sweet. I love him.
He says, I love you too.
And we are on the road with Mickey. This is episode 273 for July 14th, 2025. And our feature topic this week is celebrating birthdays and special occasions at the Disney parks.
Yay.
That I think is fun because you know what? When you have a birthday or when you're celebrating something special, it just makes your trip to Disney just like over the top, you know? Like above here, above my head.
Like it could get any better.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. But first, we have some cheddar from the big cheese. And Brenda, you start us off this week.
All right. We'll talk about making it better. As you may remember, Richard Sherman wrote a new verse of the song for It's a Small World before his passing. Well, we have learned that on July 17th, 2025, the new verse will be in the finale scene for It's a Small World for both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Yay.
Yeah. Yes.
We knew about Disneyland, but we did not know about Walt Disney World, and that makes it extra, extra special.
And of course, July 17th, I think I misspoke a couple episodes back, but July 17th is the 70th birthday of Disneyland. So it's totally appropriate that it's coming out on that day.
Gosh.
Yes. Yes. Same day that the Walt attraction is opening. I hope they're careful with that. We're going to hold on for dear life.
Listen, it's Disney. I doubt there's any possible way that they could paint Walt in a negative light, okay?
Yep. Don't worry about him painting him in a negative light. Just worry when you put words coming out of someone's mouth.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're his words.
Yeah.
We'll
I'm
see.
sure they will be.
Yes.
Well then, on to my bit of cheddar, and I'm very, very excited about this. The 2025 Epcot Food and Wine Festival dates have been released. They are August 28th through November 22nd, 2025. In the Eat to the Beat concert series, two of my absolute favorite artists will be performing. Those artists are Mercy Me and Toby Mac. They are Christian bands, but they are so cool. I love their music. Mercy Me will be performing August 32nd and September 1st.
31st.
August 31st and September 1st. Sorry, I saw the S and it looked like a 2 to me. That's my dyslexia talking. And Toby Mac will be performing September 7th and 8th. As we get closer to the start of the festival, we will have a feature topic discussion about this year. And Daddy, just so we're clear, I think I figured out what I want to blow some PTO on. So can I get a trip to Disney around September 7th and 8th?
Thought you were done with Disney for the year.
That's before I found out about this.
You know what? Maybe you and your Meemaw should go.
Maybe we should.
That'd be sweet.
That would be very sweet.
Okay. Well, we will talk about that off air, okay, Sophie?
Yes.
My cheddar, as we all probably already know, but July 6th was the last day of operations for the Liberty Bell Riverboat as well as Tom Sawyer Island. So, if you weren't able to see it one last time, there is some really cool video out there. They had they had a video of someone on the Liberty Bell who was shooting video of the Walt Disney World Railroad, and the train was going by, and it was stacked full of cast members that were waving goodbye to the Liberty
Oh,
Bell.
Oh,
wow.
sweet. I
And
can't take that right now.
no, and
Oh
the
my.
Liberty Bell was doing its steam whistle while the railroad was doing its whistle, and it was like really cool, really well done.
Very sweet.
Um, we're gonna miss it, and we're looking forward though. We don't look back, we look forward, and so the construction walls are up. The maps don't show the water anymore for the rivers of America, and the work has begun. So stay tuned. But remember fondly the Tom Sawyer Island and the Liberty Bell. So
Yep.
I remember once Sophie and I actually were able to go up to the captain's um,
Yeah.
area in the top of the Liberty Bell. They
Nice.
let guests come up there to see how it works and how what they
Yeah.
do, and that was really cool. So,
Awesome.
all right, well, that's our cheddar from the Big Cheese. Don't forget you can connect with us on our Facebook page, On the Road with Mickey. Our Facebook group is the On the Road with Mickey group. Our YouTube channel. Hello, YouTubers. We're on the Road with Mickey on YouTube. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell for notifications when it goes up. And you can also find us on our Instagram channel, which is also On the Road with Mickey. You can email us if you use that antiquated process. You can email us at info@ontheroadwithmickey.com. And you can check us out on our website, which is also ontheroadwithmickey.com. So lots of ways to connect with us. We love, love, love comments. And now it's time for Sophie's feedback from last week's question of the week. So, Sophie, why don't you tell us the question and your response, and then we'll fill in and go around with the rest of the responses.
All right then. And I am once again very thankful for everyone who indulged my little segment here. Last week's question was, what is your favorite nighttime spectacular, past or present? And really, a lot of you said past and present, which is even better for me. So my answer was in the past. I loved Harmonious, the Epcot Water Spectacular. And now I found a new love in Fantasmic at Walt Disney World specifically. I was saying to my mom, if Disneyland's Fantasmic is a cupcake with all the trimmings and sprinkles and the cherry on top, uh, Walt Disney World's Fantasmic is a three-tier wedding cake. It blows it out of the water, literally.
All right. And Brenda?
Nice. I said the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights because that's my all-time favorite nighttime anything at Disney. Of course, that's in the past. Also, World of Color and Castle Dream Lights because I'll always be Team Castle Dream Lights.
Yeah. Luckily, World of Color is still around.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I said in the past, Wishes and Illuminations Reflections of Earth, and also Harmonious. But my present favorite is the Candlelight Processional because it just brings the holidays right in, and you realize and you learn through that show exactly what you are celebrating Christmas for,
Yeah.
and that's the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. So that's what I said. And then I want to say what Chandler said real quick. Chandler is a big Electrical Parade fan, and he has a true story he added to his comment. He said, I was visiting Disneyland just a few years ago and didn't even know that the Main Street Electrical Parade was back. And when they made an announcement, He was so shocked and surprised, he probably even cried a little bit. I love it.
Oh my
A good cry.
gosh.
Full
Yes, that's
transparency.
sweet.
I love it.
Now that's what I call Disney magic.
We resemble that remark.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yes,
And
on many a
Paula,
trip.
yes. And Paula also resembles that because she said, I'm with Chandler. I always loved the electrical parade. Oh, I love that.
Sweet.
I love that parade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
All
Chrissy
that's
right.
said wishes, which is wishes is a favorite for many.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mm,
I have
eh,
the soundtrack for Wishes.
The
maybe
It's
great
in
we
my
song.
music.
maybe we should listen to it again sometime because I
Mommy and
have the
I listened to
soundtrack.
it going into Virginia.
Yeah, I have the soundtrack for the Disneyland Electrical Parade in my iTunes, so maybe we should
Nice.
make ourselves a playlist.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Um,
And
Mixtape.
yeah, there you go.
That's my Guardians of the Galaxy reference. Sorry.
And my sister Robin said the happily ever after fireworks,
Nice.
which she loves. So good job, Robin. Way to get
yeah,
one.
that one's a good one. And then Dale and Sheila are in the same boat with me. They said Phantasmic. They both said Phantasmic.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Oh,
Thank y'all so much for writing in.
thank you,
Yeah.
Can't
thank
wait
you,
to
Thank
hear
you.
thank
what this
you.
question is. This
I
next question.
know. I know. This will be really cool. But first, we're going to get into our feature topic. So, as a reminder, our feature topic is celebrating birthdays and special occasions at the Disney parks. And so, so for me, I just thought we would go through and kind of list some of the ways that Disney goes out of their way to really make your birthday or your special occasion, your graduation or your honeymoon or whatever, just above and beyond what you could do, you know? Um
Okay.
so there's this will be kind of like a list of just things that people think of and may not remember or may not have known about of things you can do to really celebrate your birthday. So I just thought I would start us off um and just say some of the easy stuff like, like don't forget about your birthday buttons. You can get a a celebration birthday button that says, you know, happy birthday Sophie or happy
Yeah,
birthday Brenda, and you just wear it when you're at the parks, and you'll be amazed at how many times people will say happy birthday and you'll say thank you, and you'll by the end of the day you'll probably count it up 100 times. So simple little things like a birthday button can just really trigger a great day at a park.
you're right. You are
So
absolutely right. Um, I remember there was a story. It was back in 2009. My parents had planned a birthday trip to Disney for us, but unfortunately the recession hit and we couldn't go. And of course, I didn't know exactly what was happening at the time. I only know because that's what my dad told me. But I do
mhm.
remember um, we rescheduled the trip for a few months later once everything was sound and okay again, at least for us. And I was upset. I was like, I really wanted to spend my birthday at Disney, and now it's August, and I can't do that. But we checked into our resort, and the lady at the counter heard me saying that, and she's like, well, you know what? At Disney, we have a policy. You can celebrate your birthday up to 6 months before or 6 months after. And so she gave me the birthday button anyway, because that's what I was celebrating. And it was just very, very sweet.
Very sweet.
Oh, I loved that trip. I like Disney in general.
Yeah, I remember that too. And that's cool because you can't always get to the parks on your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How often do we go on February 6th?
maybe we should.
Zero so far.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm
Sounds like
saying
a good
maybe
idea.
we should.
All right, Brenda's like, I'll meet you there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a good start. So, Brenda, what do you got to add?
Well, one of my favorite things to do for celebrating a birthday or anything is a character meal with your favorite character. So
Okay.
I specifically enjoy very much the Tusker. We all know. I mean, if you've been listening to this show for any time, you know I love Tusker House breakfast, and we always do the last breakfast time. So I just love that one. I just love Mickey. It just makes me feel like it's a celebration. It just is wonderful. So if your child or you or your husband or your wife or whoever has a birthday and they have a special character like maybe Daisy, plan a meal where Daisy can spend some time with them and they can spend some time with Daisy and have some pictures. It's sweet and special. And, those character meals are pretty good.
Yep. So, who's
Yeah.
typically at Tusker House, Brenda?
Yeah. So there's Donald in his little safari outfit, Mickey in his safari outfit, and Goofy. Yep. Goofy, Minnie. Yep.
Oh,
There you
wow.
go.
Daisy's there, I think, if I can
Okay.
remember correctly. And it's all safari like get up and they're just cute and they dance with you and the characters there for me have been extremely outgoing, which is probably why I love it so much. They're just really welcoming, outgoing, and I just I heard something recently and I'm not going to take this as 100% true, but I was watching a YouTube interview with Simon Sinek. Anybody know who Simon Sinek is?
Mm-mm.
Is he a cynic?
No, but he came up with the why, like what's your why? He didn't come up with
Okay.
it, but he got famous on it. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that he bases his life on one of the Disney what he calls the Disney principles, and that is if a guest hugs a Disney character, the Disney
Oh,
character is
yeah.
not allowed to let go before the
I
guest let
I
go. So,
remember
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I've seen that in action. There will be moms who like film their children going up to hug like Cinderella or
yeah.
Snow White, and the children will hug the characters for like 5 minutes, and those
Yeah.
characters will not let go. They will stay there hugging the child while still talking with the rest of the family, and it's just so sweet to see.
It is, and I think I've run into that more at Tusker House than anywhere. Of course, I've,
Yeah.
gone there basically every trip, so
Yeah.
that might be why, but it's a lot of fun to add like a character dining experience to your trip if you're celebrating something. Even if
Yeah.
it's the only one, you only need one. You don't have to
Yeah.
do 50.
Mm-hmm.
Do your favorite.
All right. Well, Sophie, do you want to add something or do you want me to say something else? Do you have
Um,
something you want to think about or talk about?
I'm still thinking about it. I'm actually thinking about my question for the week right now, but you keep on talking because I'm still
Okay.
figuring something out.
Well, one thing I want to make a note of is whether you're booking your trip yourself or you are having your travel agent, like Brenda, the extraordinaire travel agent Brenda, book your trip for
Or
you.
travel agent Mike.
Yeah, okay. um, excuse me. If
Got you
when
all
you're
choked
doing
up.
that, you need to note the occasion. Okay, you need to say, "Hey, we're going. It's my daughter's eighth birthday,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they will make a note of that. They will have a lot of stuff already figured out for you. You'll get there and they'll get you a button and all that. And when you make your reservations for your character dining, you say, "Hey, it's my birthday," and a lot of times they'll either give you a special birthday cupcake that you decorate yourself, but also they may also give you a birthday card that all the characters at that restaurant will give you, and it's just a neat little keepsake, a little souvenir that you have from your trip. So make a note to make a note about the celebration, whatever it is, birthday, graduation, whatever,
Yeah,
first trip, whatever it is. Make that note in your record so that they will be able to know and plan and celebrate accordingly.
that's
Yeah.
right.
So,
All right. Sorry. This answer is a little bit hard. It's a very open-ended question, and there's a lot that I need to think about going into it. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask the question so that I'm not the only one who's thinking long and hard about it. What is your favorite special memory from a trip? I've been to a lot of trips, so I have a lot of special memories, but I'm specifically thinking like birthdays, holidays, that sort of thing. And so it can be a restaurant, a specific like food or dessert that you had, a show, attraction, something specific. And like it can be something you've done many times, but it was different this time around. And the one I'm thinking about is probably from my 21st birthday trip, and that was at the Ohana dinner that we had. And it was probably that raspberry pina colada thing that I had while we were all sitting together and eating because that thing was really good. And
Mm-hmm.
I count that as my first adult beverage, if that makes sense.
Yep,
mm-hmm.
makes perfect sense.
That was so much fun.
It
And
was so much fun.
Yeah,
that's when we were doing our bread pudding challenge.
That's
you're
right.
right.
That was so
You are
much fun.
That
absolutely
was
right.
part one of the bread pudding challenge. Which is better, Ohana or Raglan
Raglan
Road?
Road.
Yeah, Raglan Road is still
That was so
better.
much fun. What
But I
fun.
So,
still hold by the belief that my bread pudding is better than Raglan Road's, so
Haven't had it.
you will someday.
Yes, I hope so. I hope so.
all
That's a
right.
great
Well,
question. That's going to be
Yeah,
hard to narrow it down to one
yeah.
thing. Goodness.
I know. That's why I had to think long and hard about it. But now that I finally got that out of the way, I can start talking about other things. Um, the thing
Okay.
with birthdays and special occasions, most people would say going to Disney in itself is a special occasion, and I
Mm-hmm.
stand by that fact. It is a special occasion,
Yeah.
or at least it should be. But there are still certain things that you can do for those special occasions to make them even more special. And I think that when it comes to like holidays and things, something you cannot go wrong with is taking part in those special holiday specific events like the Christmas party or the Halloween party or even just for Easter all of the resorts, there's not a specific Easter party, but all of the different resorts will have springtime decorations that you can't see for other parts of the year. I know the Grand Floridian has a giant chocolate egg exhibit all inside the lobby, and you can see someone painting one of those eggs in real time. And it is just so cool. I would recommend going and like looking at it if you have the chance.
Yeah. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Great one.
Yeah.
Well, another thing I like to do, and I have been for many birthdays, because traditionally we've gone every Christmas holiday to start the holidays, like early December, late November, and then we go on my birthday. This year we didn't because we were in Europe, but we've done it mostly a lot for the last, I don't know, 15 years. And one of the things that we do is my daughter-in-law makes us t-shirts. She's really gifted in making t-shirts. So she makes like a t-shirt for me with Mickey ears and it says birthday girl. And then for Butch, he's husband of the birthday girl. and the girls are, granddaughter of the birthday girl and so forth. And they're
Aw.
really cute just to like celebrate by wearing something extra special
Yeah,
that's just for that trip. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't wear that any other time, just for that trip.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
when we went last December and
Yep.
Cindy had shirts made up and I was the techie elf
I
Yep.
was the
and
baker elf.
and Cindy was the short elf
Yes.
is
Yes.
and my mom
Yes.
was the Grammy elf
And my
and
Aunt Robin was the literary elf.
and we all wore those to the
So
Christmas party,
sweet.
wasn't it?
Yes, it was
Yeah,
And
so much
we
fun
did.
to see.
and it was so funny. I
It
still
It
have
was
that
great.
shirt.
was.
It was
I
great.
still have that shirt too, and I'm gonna wear it
Yep.
again this Christmas because it's only fitting.
Yeah.
Very great. Yes, fun.
So
It's just fun to have an extra something something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So those things are fun and they do add a lot to it. One thing that you may want to do is you may want to consider investing in the purchase of Memory Maker or something like that. If you don't get to the parks very often and you want to really celebrate that birthday, then buying Memory Maker can be a really neat way to get all those photos and remember that special time for years to come. So there's a cost involved with it, but if you're not there every year to celebrate, then maybe a one-time purchase for that might be worth it for that trip.
Yeah.
So it's something to think about. So
Also,
Memory
don't forget
Maker.
you have all those pictures that you can even add embellishments to in the app. And don't forget,
Hmm.
you can use that picture of your family as your Christmas card that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, hmm. Another thing, this one is specifically aimed at children. Uh, more than likely, you will be taking your kids to Disney to celebrate their birthday. And if you have the money and you don't mind spending a bit of it, I would actually really recommend the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique for your little girls. Um, it's not just princesses. I've seen so many people online saying how they got the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique for their daughters, but their daughters didn't want to be Cinderella or Aurora or Belle or Snow White. They wanted to be a little cowgirl, Jessie, and they actually have this adorable little Jessie inspired cowgirl dress. It looks like a princess in the silhouette and everything, but it's themed like a cowgirl dress would be, and it's absolutely adorable.
Too
And
cute.
there are just so many things that you can do with it, especially for little girls. And I don't know so much about the little boys, but I just think it would be a wonderful thing to do.
They
Sorry, I
have
just
night
got a
packages
text
for
from
the little
some
boys.
coworkers.
Yeah.
Night
And
night
Okay.
package.
or
KNIGHT.
yeah, and don't they have pirates?
I
Can't you?
don't know that they have pirate anymore. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
okay. Okay.
But I know they have the night package still for boys.
Okay.
That's a great idea too. That's a fun and that kind of actually leads into my next thought too was it's if you book one of the capture your moment, it's like a 20-minute photo session. You purchase it, extra.
Hmm.
But especially if you're going to do something like the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, you can set the time for after that appointment, and then the child will be all dressed up, and then they can have their own photo session, and then the parents could get in some photos and out of, it's like you do what you want for those 20 minutes with the photographer.
Yeah. Yeah. And also keep in mind the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique does have an age limit, and I think
Hmm.
it's
3, yeah, 3 to 12.
3 to
3 to
12.
12, yeah.
So if you're
Oh,
13, you can't do it anymore.
If your
no.
child is
And
under 3 and they're not paying for a ticket, they can't go to Bibbidi Bobbidi. Unfortunately, I've had people upset about that, but you said they were 2. They were 2.
yep.
But yeah, they're pretty strict about the 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Makes sense because, I mean, Would a 2-year-old want to like sit that long and get their hair messed with?
My girls would not want anybody tugging on their hair to that extent at all. So
No.
they don't do it. But it's okay because everybody's got to do them,
Different.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Still fun
there's
to dress
something
them
for
up and get
everything.
pictures made.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, and you know what? We haven't talked much about food, but one thing I want to say is
God, shame.
we love food.
We
But in
do.
addition to loving food, one neat thing that you could do to celebrate a special occasion, especially if it's like a big blowout birthday or a huge graduation or like Sophie's 21st or whatever, um, book that dessert party. Like when
Oh yeah.
2014, we saw this in our memories because in 2014, we were staying at Bay Lake Tower in our DVC, and it was Cindy, Sophie, and I, and we also had Sheila, Randy, and Jagan, and we had Leanne and Riley that came down and joined us, and um, and we just had a great time, and that was in 2014. And one of the things that we did is we did a fireworks dessert party, and it was so
Yeah.
cool. It
It
was
was
so neat.
cool.
There's
So
good desserts, very good desserts.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So a dessert party might be a really neat way to celebrate that special time?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Maybe I want a dessert party ticket. I don't know.
it's just a
Pretty good.
reservation. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
make it like you make dining.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
What else?
Hmm.
Well, if you don't want to splurge for a dessert party, because it's pretty expensive, there are a couple of alternative things if you want to throw a meal into a special place, and one is the California Grill. It's more
Ooh.
expensive also, but you can be at the California Grill and watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks.
Hmm.
We would go, we don't pay for California Grill because most of the stuff on the menu we're not, particularly big on, but we do love Ohana. So we go to Ohana during the time that the fireworks show, and we've seen many times the fireworks from the Ohana windows, and that's fun. Also, you can go to Toledo there at Coronado Springs Resort. Toledo's on the very top, and you have views of the fireworks while you have tapas, and that's fun too.
That is very. I remember on my last trip, I decided I didn't necessarily need to see the fireworks. Um, and I have not regretted skipping them mainly because there was weather that was going on that I think canceled them that night. But I decided I didn't want to see the fireworks, and I also was kind of running a little bit low on money. So I took a bus and I actually went resort hopping, which is another thing you could do if you're looking for something to do outside the parks.
Hmm.
I went to Port Orleans French Quarter, as I said last week, and I had myself some beignets, and they were on my dining plan too, so I didn't pay a single cent for them, which is always great. I totally recommend the Disney dining plan, by the way. That is such a good thing, especially if you're going on your own, so you get all those snack credits to yourself.
No, Daddy, you can't have my
Hey,
cinnamon roll.
I'm
No,
not sharing with
Get
you.
your own.
Doggone it.
no,
That is too funny. That is too funny.
it
That's
is.
good though, because every once in a while you got to have your own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming back to the special dinner, it's important to remember that you're not just going to Disney for your kid's birthday. Sometimes you're
No.
going to celebrate your birthday, like Brenda
Yeah.
was saying. So those special dinners, maybe or like Cindy and I, next month is our 25th wedding anniversary, and I don't
I
know that we'll
know.
be at Disney for it, um but that's the kind of thing you make that special reservation dinner
Yeah.
to celebrate the anniversary,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever. So there's more to stuff to do than just for your kids. obviously
Yeah.
at Disney. So keep that in mind. It's not just a kid's playground here. It's a lot of stuff for adults too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So um, one other thing that you can consider doing, especially depending on what it is. This is something you probably wouldn't want to do every single year because you don't want that sort of celebration to get old or to feel like it's something you should do every year. But for really special celebrations, one thing to think about is maybe seeing about getting an in-room celebration done into your resort room.
Oh,
Yep.
Um,
right. I'd
and
forgotten about that.
so they're pricey. There's things they can do. There's things they can't do. But it's a conversation you can start and see if it makes sense for you to want to do that for that special memory. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember one thing. Um, it was when we were going to Disneyland for the first time and we were staying in the Grand Californian. Um, this I don't think was something that my parents had talked about with anyone. I think this was just something they kind of assumed. But when we got to our room, uh, we noticed a whole bunch of rose petals and two swans made out of towels that were sitting on the bed in the room. And it kind of looked like something that someone would do for a couple that was taking a honeymoon vacation.
hmm
And I was like, huh, did they
this is
realize that?
weird.
Did they realize that I was staying in this room too? But it was
Maybe it was for
funny.
you.
No, it wasn't
Maybe.
for me. I took the pull-out sofa couch bed,
Yeah, she didn't get the bed. She got the sofa.
Oh,
which was a perfectly good bed too.
Yes. Yes, it was.
But I just think it was funny, and I'm sure that's something that they would do. Uh, it was just a tiny little detail, and I'm like, oh, they probably do that for honeymooners.
Yeah. It was neat. It was a
It
really neat
was.
thing to see and to see how they did it so well. And but that's
yeah.
Disney magic. We don't know why they did it for our room, but they did. So there you go.
Cute. Very cute.
That was such a fun trip.
It
Um,
was. I loved the view we had.
Even
yeah.
having no extra expense. You can do things at the resort that are perfectly free that are can be very romantic. You can have like champagne out on your balcony at the yacht club, which we've done many times, and had the fireworks and
Uh-huh.
just had, champagne and the fireworks. It's very romantic. Or you could even do like at the Wilderness Lodge, if you walk out past Geyser Grill and then go to the right, you can sit out there and watch the water pageant go by. There's things you can do that don't cost any extra that are very romantic or very nice to do too for, to celebrate a special occasion.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And if you want to go outside of talking with the Disney itself,
Yeah.
talking with Disney itself, one of the things that came up, and I think this is really cool because it came up out of COVID and when they had the closure and everything like that. But there's a Facebook group, Ears for Each Other, I think it is.
Yeah.
And they're cast members that aren't working at Disney anymore, but they were able to turn their art into like their own little side hustles, their own businesses. And so you can go into that group and you can talk with people and you can say, hey, I want to do this for my daughter's sixth birthday, or my son has always wanted to be a Jedi, or whatever. And you can
Yeah.
hire them and they'll come to your resort. Like they'll come to your resort and maybe they'll have a one-on-one Jedi training with your son or your daughter, and or something along those lines. And those things are really neat because they're usually not super pricey. But the level of magic that your kid is going to remember forever when you do something like that, and it's
Yeah.
just it's just one of those little special things that might be really something neat to look at. So go check
They
them out
even
on
have
Facebook.
cookie delivery.
Uh-huh.
They have the fairy godmothers that'll come to your room and make up your child rather than Bibbidi Bobbidi. They,
Oh, wow.
used to work at Bibbidi Bobbidi till COVID,
Uh-huh.
and then, yeah, they started off on their own and ear for each other,
Oh,
and they made so much they never went back.
Yeah. And that's just, what it really comes down to is how can we help spread the Disney magic?
Yeah.
And that's what this whole topic's about, is how can you spread the Disney magic? And these are just ways that you can really like blow up that pixie dust for your child or for your husband or your wife or whomever,
Yeah.
so um so
For your
just,
mama.
yeah, just different things you can do,
yeah.
um Brenda mentioned the free things that you can do. Some of the stuff you can do is maybe you go to Fort Wilderness and do the campfire s'mores, and you see Chip and Dale there, and that's something that is just there. It's not like you have to have a reservation to go do it. You just have to know when
Right.
they're doing it and then go. Um, or maybe you're at Riverside and you've never done it before, and you rent a horse-drawn carriage ride, and you go on the horse-drawn carriage ride down the Sassagoula River, you
Yeah, that
know.
cost extra, but it's still neat.
But yeah, and it does cost extra, but I don't think it's super pricey. I don't think it's like
Hmm.
$300 $400 kind of pricey. So maybe something like that would be a neat thing to try, or you go and you do, if you're there with your dad or your grandpa or something, you go and you go over and you do some fishing, and you just do catch and release fishing,
Mhm.
and just things to enhance your trip a little bit more. So
Yeah.
all these sorts of things that you can do. So
You can hang
I
out at
just
Disney
realized.
Springs or hang out at the boardwalk. And I have
Yeah.
guests that absolutely love the Abracadabra at the Boardwalk Inn, the
Oh,
magic show bar. They love it. So you could hang out on the boardwalk, which is very romantic if you're on like a anniversary trip, and then go into Abracadabra and, you know,
okay.
see what
I've
that's all
never
about.
I've
There's
never
so many
done that.
different things to do
there are
that.
so many things to try.
And
Yeah.
that cake shop is down there right by it there on the boardwalk, the cake shop with the really expensive cakes, but they are delicious, I have to say.
And don't forget about the corn dog shop too.
Oh, yeah.
Get yourself your corn dog. There you go.
Get the
Enough
birthday
said.
corn dog.
Mic drop. Boom.
Literally.
Yeah, mic drop.
Yep. All right. Well,
Well,
I don't know how much more you guys have, but I have just a couple last little
I don't.
tidbits of information.
I
Yeah,
only
I
have
don't
just a
have.
few left too. Go
Okay,
ahead,
you
Mike.
go. Well, I was gonna say, go ahead, Brenda.
Well, uh, I've never done this, but I can't not have this out here when we're doing the show, and that's Victoria and Albert, because of course that's the dream place to eat. And if you're celebrating like a special anniversary or something, that would be magnificent if you'd like to dress up and go to dinner. So Victoria and Albert had to throw that out there.
Yeah. And I
Also,
was
if you're going from Port Orleans or Port Orleans French Quarter or Riverside, you can do the Sassagoula River cruise. You could pretend, but it's a nice cruise, don't you think? Going to Disney
Oh yeah.
Springs. I mean, it's nice to do.
Yeah, it's a very relaxing, it's a different mode of transportation, because everyone is usually thinking Skyliner bus,
I'm never thinking
you
Skyliner.
know? Well, I know you're not. You're thinking, how do I avoid the Skyliner? How do I avoid the Skyliner? but but when you're at Riverside and French Quarter, you can just get on the bus or get on the boat and go
Yeah,
down to Disney Springs. And even if you don't want to go to Disney Springs, because there's 8 million people there today, you can
Yeah.
still get on the boat to it, and then
right
don't
back.
get off and then come back to you. It's so relaxing because you see the tree houses, you see Saratoga, you see Old Key West in the distance, and you can just see all those different areas, and it's just a very relaxing mode of transportation, and it's totally included as part of the Disney transportation, so there's no cost
Yeah.
for it. And one time when Sophie was young, and I'm talking young, like 8, I'm
Mhm.
guessing, we were on the boat to Disney Springs, which was back then was called Downtown Disney still.
Mm-hmm.
And we got off,
Oh.
and the boat captain for our boat saw that it was Sophie's birthday.
Oh,
And this segues into what the cast members do and how much they love to celebrate. Um, he's like, "Hold on, it's your birthday," and she's like, "Yes, sir." And he gave her a pink bandana, an eye patch, and a sword, and made her into a little pirate
the
princess.
cutest pirate ever.
Oh my gosh, it was so adorable. It was so adorable.
I do think my mom still has pictures of that.
Oh, I
I've
do.
seen them.
I do. And she was adoring her, and it was summer. Her freckles were popping out. It was so cute.
Adorable. Adorable.
Don't have those
But
freckles anymore.
nope. But anyway, so that kind of thing is also really neat. But the last thing I want to say is from a travel agent perspective, Brenda and I are in accord on this, and Sophie I think is too. You need to plan ahead. A lot of these things, Victoria and Albert's, California Grill, um, all the different things, Narcoossee's or whatever,
Mhm.
all those sorts of things, you're not going to be able to walk up to Victoria and Albert's and say, "Hey, I'm here for my table." You got to plan that reservation out. You got to book that reservation. You got to plan ahead.
Yeah.
So make sure you get in the mindset and think about it so you can have all the time you need to plan it and make it that blowout celebration you want it to be. So that's my last thing, is just to make sure you do your homework on what you want to experience. With Sophie's 21st birthday, one of the really neat things that I loved about that trip was the the on the road with Mickey meetup that we had, and
Yeah,
how
that was wonderful.
21 people came to the Magic Kingdom to ride the TTA on our meetup to celebrate Sophie. That was
That
so
was
cool.
so
It was
cool.
cool.
It
I
was
loved that.
so stinking
It was
cool. And
raining. We didn't
it
care.
It
poured.
was
It
raining.
It was
poured. I
pouring, yes.
mean, it was pour. It was like monsoon.
It was pretty bad, but we didn't care. We were having fun.
We had
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, we got that. You know what? Whenever it rains in Tomorrowland, that just gives you a great reason to go get some ice cream.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
because we all were literally standing under the awning of Auntie
Anti-gravity,
Gravity's
yeah.
ice cream shop.
Yep.
Oh,
So much fun. So much fun.
So much fun. So, anyway, does anyone have anything else?
no.
I only have one more, and that is if you're going and you've been many times, or even if you haven't, it's an idea. But if you've been many times and you want to have something extra, look at the tours available because Key to the Kingdom, the Sea
Mm,
Tour, and all those are
yeah.
a great thing to make that trip extra special. And that's it for me.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys. That was a great topic. We have so much information.
Thank
So,
you.
so that reminds us, Sophie's question of the week. What's your
Yes.
favorite special memory from a trip? It can be a restaurant, a dessert, a show, an attraction, or something else. So,
Anything.
and we're going to post that in the Facebook group. That'll be our question for the week. And Brenda, do you have something you want to throw out there right now? Special memory?
I I have one. This is one of those questions where any day your answer could be different because we have
Yeah.
so many memories, right?
Yeah.
But
Oh,
the one
yeah.
that shot out to me today, and maybe because of the answer to the previous question that Sophie put out there, is the first time I ever saw Osborne. And I had my three
Oh.
kids. They were still living at home. I miss my kids living at home. But anyway, the three kids were still living at home. So it was, all five of us. And then my best friend Susan and her husband and her 2 boys, and we were on in Hollywood Studios, and we rounded the corner to New York, and I just my jaw dropped, and I just stood there like a crazy person that couldn't speak or move because I was so blown away by the spectacle of it, and I'll never forget that feeling. It was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Um, and you're absolutely right, Brenda. So many memories over the years. And in you ask today, it's this, tomorrow it's something else. I think I think for me, I have several, but I'm not going to talk about the 21st birthday because Sophie
Mhm.
mentioned that in her answer.
Yeah.
Um, although I have buku memories from that trip, and that's like a top 3 trip, you know.
For sure.
Um, but
Yeah.
I think last December, so it was you and Butch, Cindy, Sophie, and I, Robin, and my mom,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and being able to be at Disney for the very Merry Christmas party and the candlelight processional, and
That was
Robin and Sophie going off on their own,
Yeah.
and painting the town lavender,
There you go.
red and green.
red and green. I
Yeah.
mean, that trip, being able to take mom to see all that and meeting clients, because we met clients that I hadn't met before,
Right.
and just being able to celebrate that was pretty darn awesome, you know? So
I
I'll
Yeah.
just told
say,
Robin the other day that I wish y'all were doing that again with us this year.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, who knows?
Gotta save some
I'm
money for
keeping
the
everything
cruise.
crossed.
Keep them all crossed.
I'm keeping everything crossed.
We haven't approached that question yet, but it's in my mind. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would love it so much.
We'll talk off air on that, Brenda. But
Yeah.
Okay.
but yeah, that trip, my gosh, that was so cool. That was such wonderful memories. So, wow. Anyway, so friends listening, watching, hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell for notifications. What is your favorite special memory from a trip? Go to our On the Road with Mickey Facebook group. I'm going to post the question in there and tell us what you're thinking and enjoy it and walk down memory lane with us. Take us down your memories to your special trip. So we can't wait to hear the responses on this. It's going to just be a knockdown blowout is what it's going to be. So, but that is our feature topic. So it is now time for this day in Disney history. Sophie, take it away.
All right. Well, I am taking us back to the year of 1919. Uh, it is July 14th, as we established, where animator and teacher Walt Stanchfield is born in Los Angeles, California. He began his career in animation in 1937 at the Charles Mintz Studio, and then later at the Walter Lantz Studio, prior to his lengthy tenure at the Walt Disney Studios. So we see he started off at the wrong studios and then came to the right one a little bit
That's
later.
right.
Thankfully.
In the
Hmm.
70s, Stanchfield focused his efforts on establishing a training program for new animators, along with veteran animator and director Eric Larson. Stanchfield worked on every full-length animated feature from the 1948 Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad through the 1986 The Great Mouse Detective. In the mid-80s, he also taught weekly gesture drawing classes for the entire studio. His weekly lecture notes and drawings are now gathered and published in a 2-volume collection entitled Drawn to Life: 20 Golden Years of Disney Masterclasses by animator/producer Don Hahn.
Nice. Nice.
That book is a textbook for the Animator Academy that you can do online. It's a textbook.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great job, Sophie.
Great history. Great history, Soph.
Thank you.
All
Great
right.
question this week, too.
Yes.
Thanks.
So,
Time to stump the
Soph.
whoa. Good luck. Come on, Sophie. You got it, as always.
Okay, Sophie, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm just waiting on you.
These characters, plural, are identical twins.
I'm glad you said twins because I was thinking Hamish, Hubert, and Harris for a minute, but now that you said twins, I'm going to need to think on that a little bit more. Twins. Identical twins.
Okay, next clue.
Yes, please.
These are glamorous groupies.
They're the pill bugs from A Bug's Life.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, wow.
These characters liked one character and then switched to another character in the same movie.
They're literally the twins from Cars. They're the 2 red cars.
Yeah.
But then they switched to green cars. I don't know that. Wait, no. Tia and Mia.
You got it! Yep. Mia and Tia, identical twins. Mia and Tia are Lightning McQueen's biggest fans, but then later they prove to be fickle. When Lightning goes missing, they switch their allegiance to Chick Hicks. Boo, hiss, boo, hiss. Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Say, Daddy, I have one bit of a pun for you, though. Since their names are Tia and Mia, do you think they're Kias?
They probably are. Actually, they look more like Toyota MR2s.
Well, oh well.
But that's
awesome.
funny.
Yay,
And the
Sophie.
only way to tell them apart is by their license plates.
Oh, wow.
Mia and Tia, way to go, Sophie.
Way to go. Amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh.
Goodness gracious, that girl.
I have no idea, Brenda. I have no idea.
I can't even understand it. It's a mystery.
That's a great one, though. I love that one. I don't care that she got it. I think that was so much fun.
That was harder than I expected it to be.
Yeah, because it's obscure, you know?
Yeah. For a second, I was thinking the Goose sisters from the Aristocats, and I'm like, but that's not Pixar.
Yeah.
That's so excellent.
Well,
proud of you, Sophie.
Thank you. Did you choose Cars because I got my driver's license yesterday?
No, but that actually is funny. I was just flipping the book and came to it. I'm like, oh, yes. I know we have never talked about Mia and Tia before.
No,
but congratulations
we
on your driver's license for sure.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Brenda, it's time to close us out with a little bit of Walt. And then I will share next week's topic because no one knows but Mike right now.
Yeah. Well, this is short but sweet by our favorite Walt Disney. Follow your dreams, Turn setbacks into success, never give up, and give the world your very best.
Oh gosh,
Walt Disney,
the man.
the man.
Ah, yeah. And you know what? It's not just a Disney quote. That's a life quote. That is everything. You Sophie, as she just said, got her driver's license yesterday. She's been working on getting this driver's license since January.
More like December.
Yeah. And all those setbacks, all the drama and the issues with it and everything, that's
I'm
all in the
so
past.
glad it's
It's
over.
done. It's
Yeah.
done. So,
Oh,
So amazing.
and that's what you do. And no matter what you're doing, you could be a CEO, you could be a janitor, you could be in between. Whatever you do, give the world your very best.
Yep.
That's all we can ask. And that's all we should ever expect from ourselves is our very best. So, great quote, Brenda. Great quote.
Great quote, Walt.
Yeah. Thank you, Walt, and thank you, Brenda, for sharing it today.
You're welcome.
Um, Time for next week's topic. We are looking at films. This is a kind of an ongoing series, okay? We are going to look at the different eras of Disney film, and we are going to share what each of our favorite is from that era. So, next week, we are going to start with what Sophie says is the golden age, which is from
yes.
1937, right, Sophie, to 1942.
Yes.
And so we are going to talk about that period of Disney films, and we're going to talk about which one is our absolute favorite and why. So that's our topic next week, Brenda. Get
All
your
right.
thinking cap on.
Good luck.
Yep.
Well, I have at least a, summarization of everything already written out for you guys, because
Yeah.
this is one of my hyperfixations. So yeah, just do some research, which you're very good at.
Yep.
I'll
So-
give it a try, Ski.
All right. Well,
All right.
that's next week. So until then, I'm Mike. She's Sophie. That's Brenda. He's Grogu. And we hope you have a great week. Remember to share your smile. Always share a smile as much as you can. And we will see you on the road. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
May the force be with you.